Megabits. Daddy, are you still there?
Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of PlayStation Megabits. Now before we get started this month, first I want to give a great big thanks to Will, who picked up hosting duties. I said duty. While I was off last month on some much needed rest and relaxation. Thanks so much, Will. You've been doing a fantastic job ever since joining Team Megadads. And if there's anybody that I trust to host this show at the same level of energy and passion that I have for PlayStation, it's you. So thank you again for picking up my slack. Also, if you're listening to the audio-only version of this podcast or reading the print version at megadads.org, I highly recommend you go to youtube.com/megadads because starting this month and moving forward, PlayStation Megabits is going to be a brand new series, a video series on our YouTube channel. It's going to be the comprehensive final edition of this show, and I really hope you check it out and enjoy it. Now, without any further delay, it's time to play.
Genshin Impact comes to PS5.
World of Genshin Impact is about to get a brand new PlayStation 5 update. This includes native 4K resolution, enhanced textures, near instantaneous load times, and DualSense support. Players will be able to experience this on April 28th, which is the same day of the game's 1.5 update. With this update comes a brand new domain, boss battle, multiple new playable characters, and even a base building mode which allows you to create, curate, and customize your own homestead. Now this is the feature that I'm most looking forward to trying out. One of my favorite parts of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was the home customization and Terrytown construction minigame. There's something very charming about being able to create your own home to come back to after your wild adventures in an open fantasy world setting. Genshin Impact is my new gaming mainstay, a free-to-play action RPG that takes the very best of The Legend of Zelda and mixes it with Final Fantasy in a truly impressive and immersive gaming experience. I've been playing every single day for the last couple of weeks. If you haven't heard me talk about it before, you should go check out my report card right here on youtube.com/megadads.
PS3 Vita stores stay open.
In a surprising change of heart, Jim Ryan, the CEO and president of PlayStation, has announced that the company is reversing their decision to close the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita stores. Now PlayStation, that's a lot of times saying PlayStation, had originally announced that they were going to be closing down these storefronts, but there was a very vocal backlash from the community, and Jim Ryan has announced that the company is taking the unprecedented step of rolling these decisions back. Now this is significant because Sony has been under a tremendous amount of scrutiny lately amidst all of the goodwill that Xbox continues to stack up with all of their pro-consumer moves. There's been a lot of pressure on Sony to adjust the way that they reach out and engage with their community because they're starting to adapt that persona again of being completely out of touch with what their players want. Personally, I hope that PlayStation has an answer to the question of backwards compatibility in the works. Xbox not only offers pretty much their entire library of games on their current platform, but they enhance them as well. PlayStation has a lot of catching up to do in this regards. They need to offer a comparable alternative, and PlayStation Now isn't it. That's kind of a half step. So with many fans like me clamoring for PlayStation to make a move in that direction, PlayStation eliminating the only way to buy these classic titles was clearly a bad misstep. But thankfully, Jim Ryan made the right call, and the PlayStation 3 and Vita stores live to play another day.
Play at home with Aloy. Whoo! Whoa, it's Aloy. Pew, pew, pew.
As we eagerly wait to get more information on this year's hottest title, Horizon Forbidden West, Sony wants to keep Aloy fresh in the minds and hearts of gamers, and they're going to do this in two really big ways. First, PlayStation is offering all PlayStation owners a free copy of Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition as part of their Play at Home initiative. Now, this game contains the original main base game, but also the fantastic expansion, The Frozen Wilds. While you've probably heard me talk about Horizon here at Megadads, it must be said that The Frozen Wild is one of the best story expansions I've ever played in a game. It's truly fantastic. Aloy's journey to the heart of Thunder's Drum, a smoldering volcano about to erupt, is a phenomenal adventure. It's a must play, so please, if you haven't given this a go, you've got no reason to not try Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. In addition to the Play at Home initiative, Aloy has found herself dropping on the island in Fortnite as the latest Gaming Legends character. The Aloy bundle comes with the character, a custom glider, pickaxe, and back bling, and if you're playing on a PlayStation platform, you even get a secondary custom skin for her as part of your purchase. I'm fairly big into Fortnite since last season blew the doors off with wave after wave of awesome character additions. I couldn't be happier to see Aloy in this game, along so many other cool character options.
Now let's do some VR Roundup.
After a few months of uncomfortable silence on the VR front, it really seems like the PSVR has hit a massive wave of hype. Studios have been dropping PSVR announcements left and right, and I'm here to round up the best ones of the last month so you can stay immersed in all the gaming your eyeballs can handle. First of these announcements is Wanderer, a time-traveling adventure game that puts you in the role of Asher Newman, a man living in a post-apocalyptic world who discovers that his grandfather held the key to traversing space and time. This sets you on a dimension-hopping adventure to alter the course of history to prevent the cataclysmic events of your current timeline. Paired with a sentient wristwatch, who serves as your sidekick and gateway to the universe, Wanderer looks like an absolute trip of a game and exactly the kind of narrative adventure I crave. Wanderer arrives later this fall. My favorite VR game from last year is back with another story expansion themed around the Wild Wild West. Last month on Megadads Live, I talked about the cyberpunk-inspired Pistol Whip 2089 and how the introduction of storyline, power-ups, and boss battles shook up the Pistol Whip formula. Now Cloudhead Games is back in the saddle with Smoke and Thunder. Smoke and Thunder will be another 5-level story addition to the Pistol Whip library and promises thrills, locomotives, and explosions. Also announced for Pistol Whip is a concierge mode, which will be an enhancement to the game's current modifier options. Concierge will allow you to customize each level to your preferred style of play in a multitude of ways, which is fascinating to me because Pistol Whip already has a huge amount of game modifiers that you can apply. So I'm curious to see how that all plays out. Smoke and Thunder arrives this summer. Finally, in the PSVR Roundup, I am very excited to tell you that one of my favorite horror developers, Bloober Team, creators of The Medium and Blair Witch, have announced one of their most acclaimed games is coming to PSVR. Layers of Fear is a series I've heard a lot about, but have yet to try myself. It's a psychological horror title that sees the player slowly descend into madness as his supernatural surroundings close in on him. Bloober Team does such a fantastic job playing with their players' minds in all of their games, and I can only imagine what surprises are in store for us with the VR platform. With the announcement of Layers of Fear coming to PSVR, I'm hoping this opens the door to more VR offerings from this studio. Bloober Team has already released Blair Witch as an Oculus game, and I would love to have it playable on my PlayStation. Layers of Fear lands on PSVR on April 29th. Each month on PlayStation Megabits, I'm joined by Elliot. Elliot, say hi.
Hi.
And we give you a recommendation for what we think you should be playing on your PlayStation. And this month, we're talking about
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. We got a code from the fine folks at Activision so that we could check out the PS5 version of this game. Elliot, what do you think about Crash Bandicoot?
I think it's a really good game, and I think you should really get it.
It's a really funny game. Like it's kind of like playing a cartoon. Crash is hilarious. Your breaking the immersion, staying in front of the green screen. He's a very funny character, and he's got all sorts of funny alternate costumes that you can unlock as you play the game. My favorite is the chicken costume.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is the robot.
The robot Crash?
Like the one with the elbow robot and the...
Oh yeah, it's kind of like the future, like the Mad Max looking thing. Well, the whole point of this game is you're traveling through time to stop the bad guys. It's challenging. It's a very hard game, right?
Yes, I couldn't even like beat the first one.
But it's kind of fun to play together. Elliot and I like to take turns. We pass the controller back and forth. And the great thing about this game is it's so funny that even when Crash dies, and normally in a video game when you die over and over and over again, you get really mad and frustrated, right? But in Crash Bandicoot, it's so funny. And when you're playing together, we kind of get to laugh at each other and poke fun at each other when we die, because it's really super fun, right? What would you say your favorite part is about Crash 4, It's About Time?
The level that has like this thing that I couldn't even be... We're still on this level, and it's like super hard.
That's your favorite part? Is the super hard part?
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite part of this game are the graphics. It's how it looks. It's a beautiful game. Lots of bright colors. The animation is really, really well done, and it brings a lot of charm to the character, which just, I mean, as an artist, I really appreciate that. I think this game looks fantastic. It's funny.
Really funny.
We're constantly laughing at this game. So if you were to give Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, a score, Elliot, what would you give it? What score would you give this game?
1,560.
1,560.
Oh, 500 million, 60, zillion, jillion, billion, dillion, gillion, billion, zillion, 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 billion, jillion, quadrillion, billion, 650.
That's not even a number. I was gonna say like...
Wait, infinity!
I was gonna say like 8.
I was gonna say infinity.
Whatever. Play Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time on the PlayStation 5. It's totally awesome.
Yeah, baby.
Thanks for watching. Thanks. You gonna say it?
What did we say?
We're just saying thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
No, do you want to say it or should I say it?
You say it.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching PlayStation Megabits.
What he said. We'll see you next month.
See you next month.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. Thanks for watching the show.
Thanks.
Ah!